Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday,
Yeah,
right?
it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. All day long.
All right. Well, hey, y'all. We are we're getting real this morning, and sharing something. You know, we you can see the post, right? It is how we show up for ourselves, right? We're responsible for how we show up for ourselves and for our partner, and how do we recognize that, right? And how do we react to that when things occur? So, real situation from this morning.
Yeah, and I'm gonna call my own foul. I think one of my biggest gifts is that I'm willing to call my own foul when I really, really screw up. So, hi Bella, hi Lisa, hi Yvette. So yeah, so well you start.
So little thing. We are not just home 24/7 with quarantine. We work together, and sometimes that can feel like we're working 24/7 at times too, with everything that we're doing and we're bringing out. And this morning was an absolutely gorgeous day. If you're here in St. Pete, it is absolutely fantastic out. And so we sat down to start kind of planning our day together, and it got rough. I think I wasn't in a state where I had brought my energy to where it needed to be for the meeting, for sure. Yeah. And I think that we got a little heated.
Yeah, he's being gentle, actually. Hey, Boop. Yeah, we have a morning meeting where we have our devotion time and our prayer time, and then there's a little bit of separation. Hey, Joe, and then we come back. And then we have like a morning meeting to talk about what's happening with work. I mean, if you guys don't know, John and I coach individually and separately. And it's such a passion of both of ours. And it's just been amazing us working with couples together. And it's just this incredible experience. And so we're not one of those social media couples that's going to come on and pretend like everything's great. No. And we've got the perfect angle. In fact, I just threw a hat on my head because I've got like roots on like there's nobody's business.
Well, and that would defeat the purpose. Because look, life is real, and we are right the people that want to come to you and share our reality to help all of us, right? It's not just what we learn, but it's what how we help our clients and help everyone.
And absolutely, and many of you who are potentially watching, I mean, the truth is that I've been through so much. We all have, right? Yeah. It's like, how do we bounce back and how do we learn from that? And that's really key. So anyway, to get to our point, it took us a while to get there. I think we're both like dancing around, like, what do we say? I've been talking so much about how we show up in relationship and how we can find joy. And it sounds so great with me and my pigtails and let's go find joy and seek joy and be joyous and skip and all of that. And that's so true. But what do we do like when we're actually in the middle of like the BS? Linda, hi. And so today I was feeling a lot of stress because quite frankly, I have spring fever. I want to get outside. It's gorgeous. I have a couple projects that I need to complete. John needs me to complete my portion so he can do his portion. And like perfect symbiotic partnerships in business and in life. Today, I just wanted to freaking play, quite frankly. And I was pissed. And I was frustrated and I was hormonal and all these other things. And when John showed up to the table, literally, it was just like just very a matter of fact, this is what needs to be done. And I was craving a little bit of pushback. I was craving a little bit of passion. And I'm not necessarily talking about going back to the bedroom. I mean, like just for there to be some excitement, because let's face it, sometimes forget the quarantine, can seem like it's mundane. If we take our eye off the prize of what it is that we're working towards, it really can feel mundane. And after being here with you, where you're basically the only person that I've seen live, I'm craving some girlfriend time. I'm craving it's like to go to the beach with girlfriend. My friend Amy, she's my mermaid friend. I think she might be on now. I mean, we like to go swim and I look for shells together. Laura's my shell girl. So anyway, I'm going on and on. But I'm sorry. Meta report. That would be called a meta report, ladies. Okay.
But I think it's one of the things that we've been taught and we share as well about the masculine and the feminine. Is we went into this meeting this morning and I can tell you as the masculine men, we feel burden. We feel there's masculine burden. When you're in your masculine, there can be a feeling of all the work that needs to be done, right? And we miss out. I know personally, I miss out on the chance to really look at the joy in life. Sometimes I forget to do that, and I've been reminded by my teacher to be basically, balls with joy is the actual phrase that was used, and just having that.
it's such an interesting visual too. Can I just step in just for a second?
Yeah.
It's not just the men with balls that feel masculine burden. If I'm honest, I woke up this morning and I felt the burden of my to-do list. And it doesn't mean that I don't love what I do. It doesn't mean I don't love my husband. But the masculine in me was like, oh my God, I just want to go play. And I don't want to do this. So I just wanted to make sure you understand that we speak about both sides of the coin here.
Yeah. And then I think also from this side of the feminine, there is a desire for more. There's always a desire for more. Always. And that when a man is, but when you have masculine burden, the desire for more can just feel like more burden and can set up defensiveness and things like that. But I'll also add, it's also an area where the feminine can also sense when you do have more to give, right? It's also, you have men sometimes, and we have that extra rep in us. We have an extra mile in us. We have the ability to go a little bit further and step up and bring more ferocity or passion.
Yeah.
So anyhow, just setting it up for everyone.
Well, and that's true. I mean, ladies, we actually have this beauty in us that actually can see when there's more. And I'm not talking about more where you want a new car and you want new clothes and you want to go out to that dinner and all those things. All that's great. It's okay to want those things too. But when I'm talking about more, I'm talking about it from a really higher level of consciousness, where we're talking about that we know that there's more for our partners to give to the world. We operate from a place of, hi Susie, hi Ellie, oh my goodness, hi. We operate from a place that we know that we show up because we want to be better for the world. The friends that we have, our teachers that we have, role models that we have, we want to be better for the world. And if we're not showing up that way, we call it stage 3. We want to call each other out. But there's art in how we call each other out. So, and Lynn, this is where I go. So, I really showed my ass today. So
let's spill the beans on this morning's conversation. So we kind of set it up a little bit. So where we both came in, and we got to the table, and there was a comment.
Just say it. Yeah. I don't mean just say whatever you're comfortable. I'm going to let you lead this.
No, there was a comment that was made that really pissed me off.
Did it really piss you off?
Yeah. I mean, it fired me up to a point that I hadn't been fired up before in a while.
Yeah, and I'm going to admit, I actually wanted to fire him up. I didn't want to piss him off or emasculate him or hurt him, but what I wanted was for him to wake the F up. Because I feel like what we've been doing many times, especially in this quarantine time where we're, we got this literally mask on sometimes. And I'm like, I wanted him to wake up. Yeah. And this is where the toxic feminine, and I was very toxic this morning. I was like, I wanted him to wake up. And I was doing it by saying unkind things. I mean, and I was saying things that I knew would hurt because I wanted to make him angry. Because understand that sometimes, actually most of the time, there's going to be a transformation and a shift when we get the point of anger where not another minute is going to go by. I'm not going to put up with this. No way, no how. Mm-hmm. I am done. I am out. And I'm not necessarily talking about divorce, although sometimes that may be the case. And so even with you saying that, quite frankly, I mean, with all of our friends here, I want more of that from you. I can feel it in my solar plexus that I want more of your fire. I want more of your oomph. I want more of that, we call it dark energy, like badass John. And the world wants more of that too. What the world doesn't need was the toxic Sandy that showed up at the table today that was really unkind and really ungrateful and says some things that, quite frankly, we're not.
Yeah, yeah, and my response, at that time was really to just, it was enough. It was enough, and I could have responded differently as well, but I think at that point it was enough, and I knew I had to clear this energy from my body.
No, and I want to say this. I actually love the fact you said enough.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, let's give them the real deal. I mean, it's I loved him. He's like, enough. And I felt my whole body just shudder. And I was like, oh, he means it. Because remember, ladies, in our feminine is always going to be testing all the effing time, AFT. Because we want to know, is this man going to stand up for us? Is he going to be there no matter what? Is he going to fight for me? Is he going to be there? So, hey, Joyce, there's 1,000 ways you could have responded, but what I needed was exactly what you did.
Well, that's good.
And that's the thing that I want men to understand, that, we're not looking for you to abuse us. Please understand, I'm not saying abuse us. But I mean, don't let a woman walk all over you. Don't let her take your balls and throw them out to pasture. We want to know that we can trust you. And if you're not going to stand up to us and stand up for us, then there's really no reason for us to be in the relationship. At least that's what we're thinking. So if your woman's testing you, she wants to know, are you real? And this morning I was like, I wanted to know, does he have it in him for us to go the long haul? Because we have some big dreams and big goals and some amazing people that we're working with and signed up to work with, and we wanted to deliver. And today it was like, oh no, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm passionate, and I have more life because of what happened after he was like, enough. Because he got up from the table and he went back to the back and he did what we...
I did, yeah. One of the things that we share with our clients and we've shared with you all, which is bat practice. And it's getting that emotion through your body so it's not just sitting in there all day, leaking out with, for men, frankly, we can be real jerks about it when this is coming out and leaking out of us all day, right?
How do you give an example? How do you treat me whenever you don't actually do something to get it out of your body?
If I don't get it out of my body, it becomes a matter of it can be withholding love, withholding affection. It can be just very, being a bit of an asshole to be blunt, but not in a good way, not in a way of like, I'm on point, but more of just, closed off, I guess is the better way to describe it. It's more of a closed off state. Yeah,
because the way I just described you, when you were like enough, that's actually being an asshole too. But it's an asshole that actually lights me up because I know that he knows in his soul, like he's not going to put up with me being sassy or being that. Yeah, that
knew it had to stop for our relationship.
Yeah, for our relationship. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the bat practice came first, and that was really a matter of me getting this energy out of my body to the point of exhaustion. Where I just had to clear this out because again, if I don't, for any of us, if we don't acknowledge the emotions that we have, if we aren't aware of them, we don't acknowledge them, we don't accept them for what they are, and we don't do something about them. Whether it's just accepting it or in this case a bat practice to move it out, they come back and they impact us. And then you came back, you came back to the...
Speaking of my mermaid, there's Amy right there. And hi, Holly. Sorry,
baby.
Scroll. See? I'm getting so excited.
So,
sharing it. Yes,
let me finish the story.
Zip it.
So we came back together in the back bedroom, and I believe you started wanting to talk.
I came back. Hi, guys. I came back, we're on the front porch. I came back to the back. I could hear him. I could hear him with the bat. I could hear him with his roar. I could hear what he was doing. And quite frankly, I'm not fearful because I trust John. I know John is doing all this for the better good. I know he's never going to hurt me. I was like 4 rooms away, but I walked back and when I knew that he was done, I waited a few minutes out of respect for his privacy, and I walked in, and he was on the ground, and I just reached my arms around him. Hey, Karen, and I just hugged him like that, and I said I apologize. Please forgive me. And then he turned me around, and I started to talk like this and giving all these reasons, not excuses, but just like all the reasons where I could show up differently and show up better, and he actually did something that was so
it was that
and you see my reaction, which is totally organic. We did not rehearse that was so amazing. Wow. Oh my God, he did that, and I'm shaking actually thinking about that, because when you did that, it's stopping me because he knows that I don't need to say anything else, that I've said enough, and that I'm better for the world and for our relationship by just my honest apology, and that we don't need words in that moment. And so I'm going to be honest. I mean, he stood me up, and we're not going to do it here. We go through this through our courses, with our one-on-one clients, with all of our people, even in our workshops. And he actually just was breathing me in.
Yeah, and so what that is really briefly is we stood face to face, and men, for us, that's keeping our shoulders back, our chest open, right? So we're not closed off. We're physically, literally opening our heart, and just looking into Sandy's left eye and breathing at the same pace that she did, and we just felt a connection. And Sandy expressed her heart to me without words. She expressed it through motion. She expressed it through sound. She expressed it just even through her looking at me. And I could feel her heart. I could feel her heart. I could feel every bit of her heart. I could feel every bit of longing that she had that I hadn't fulfilled. I could feel every bit of desire that she had. I could feel every bit of her wanting more through her heart by doing this practice.
Yeah, and that practice is one where, you are, and for all of you who were working with me in the past or now, it is a reveal. And it is so open-hearted, but with the tears and then me pushing up against him, and anyway, and it led us to this point of deep connection. Pardon our garden.
Yeah, we're gonna be noisy for a second here until the garden.
So anyway, this is us bringing it to you. This doesn't mean we don't need to be together. It doesn't mean that oh my goodness, where my mind goes sometimes with my old way of thinking is, oh my God, did I marry the wrong man? Here I go with another failed relationship. It's no, he's perfect, and we're perfect just the way we are, and how we're showing up. And us killing the monster when it's small allows us to go so much deeper. So we're being really vulnerable today. This is not what we originally planned on talking about. And one more thing I want to add for me is, ladies, I know, and men too, but I'm going to speak to the ladies here. We are responsible to keep ourselves full. Remember, we always want more. We want more love, more life, more, more chocolate, more, everything, right? Thank you, Susie. Right? And so we're responsible for what we do to show up in the relationship. And the truth is, this morning when I woke up feeling burdened, I knew that, and I knew I wanted to be an asshole. So what I know I need to do in these moments is I need to actually walk on the beach. I need to go for a walk. I need to play with my puppy. I need to dance. I need to do a little bit more because I need to do me. I need to do me. And when I'm working with clients that are seeking partnership, to come from a place of fullness and then magnetize and magnify and call your man in, that's what we're talking about. I've done that. And then here I am, still a human freaking being, waking up and wanting him to fill me up. And it doesn't mean I'm codependent. It just means that's human nature, but I'm responsible for what I do and how I bring my own energy to the table. And that means I don't just put a mask on. So what am I going to do? So there's so much more to unpack there, but I just want to make sure I say that, yes, we're supposed to be here for each other. Yeah. And I had a responsibility that I knew this morning, quite frankly, that I wanted to be a bitch. And I wanted to let him know that I wasn't happy, and I did it. And it was not pretty, and it turned out okay. It ended up being a beautiful lesson. Thank you for the lesson and sharing it here. And anyway, that's that for today.
It is. So, look, we are not just responsible in the decision we make on how we show up for our partners, but we're responsible for the decisions we make and how we show up for ourselves. And we hope this is helpful. We hope this is entirely new for me, especially doing this. But we appreciate you all. We love you all, and we want to be just real and share with you not just what we teach, but what we live.
Absolutely,
and, how that is. Yeah.
And if this speaks to you, please forward this. Forward this on your walls. Forward this to your friends. We're not looking to be Insta-famous, but we are looking to serve. And I know that at 49 and 50 years old, that we know that our mess is a message. And if you have questions about what we're talking about, if it makes you feel awkward to think you're going to go beat something with a bat, or that I have permission to push up against him and I want more for him in the world, what does that mean? We'll link a discovery call. Just, there's no obligation. Let's just talk about this. There's so much more to unpack. And, we're not the typical people that are going to go in there and talk about the ins and outs of relationship. We want to talk about the meat of it, and then what you can do to get out of it, survive it, and thrive from it. So anyway, you guys have a great Tuesday. Thanks for letting us share and giving us some of your time. We look forward to talking to you soon.
All right.
Goodbye. See you. Bye.